Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to this episode of, I don't know what I'm going to title this episode, honestly. Who really knows? But anyway, I am your host, That Geek in Glasses. Always happy to be back. So, quick little update, like 10-second update. My editing software is gone. It's dead. I have to get new editing software now because of a blackout that happened. So, this is a little more off the cuff, a little weirder, I guess, if that's what you want to call it, but it is what it is. I'm gonna work with it, and we are gonna roll with it. So today's topic, it's gonna be an interesting one. We're talking about loot boxes. Ooh, yikes. Everyone just, the comment section just blew up immediately. Half of you are saying, yeah, loot boxes are evil. Half of you are saying, half of you are calling for my crucifixion. Regardless of your thoughts, we're taking a look at them. That's just what's gonna happen. I'm sorry. That's just it. This is the topic for the episode today. Alright, so let's dive right in. So loot boxes have a very long history, and we're gonna get into that history right now. So you can trace loot boxes back to a number of sources. Mostly, it kind of started with like a boom of trading cards, really, in like the 90s. That was like the big thing. There was Magic the Gathering, there was Pokemon, there was Yu-Gi-Oh, there was all sorts of ones that failed horribly. I think there was a Mortal Kombat trading card game at one point, if you can believe that. Kind of funny, but oh god. So anyway, got all those in the 90s. It would take a while before these would get adapted into a video game setting, and that would start with a little-known title in 2006 called UEFA, which sounds freaking ridiculous. Regardless, it's UEFA Champions League, 2006-2007. This was owned and published by EA. Hey, remember when they weren't the worst company in America? Twice? That is totally real. Look it up. Anyway, it introduced something called Ultimate Team. Now, Ultimate Team, for any longtime FIFA or Madden or any EA published sports game, this is nothing new, but at the time, this was something revolutionary. You'd open packs, and you'd get different players based on those packs. However, at this time, you couldn't buy the packs. You had to earn them. Yeah, crazy concept, right? Who ever heard of such a thing? Stupid. But anyway, this idea was almost scrapped by EA when they lost license to UEFA in 2009. However, one employee picked it up, saw the money-making potential of it, and implemented it in every single EA-produced sports game since then. That employee is now CEO Andrew Wilson. This is kind of where it all got off the ground. Now, around this same time, 2009-2010 era, Valve, yeah, you know them, the ones who own Steam and who have enough money to, buy a few small islands, Team Fortress 2 had been out for a while. They'd had it, it's been one of their big money-making things. It went free to play. However, to substitute that, they implemented loot crates. Now, loot crates could just be earned through gameplay. But if you wanted to open it, you had to buy a key with real money and hope for a random reward of indeterminate value. Who knows? This is sort of where the modern loot box, the cosmetic-based loot box, got off the ground. The pay-to-win loot box, the Andrew Wilson loot box, that got started with FIFA. It's a whole different story. We're going to get into that in a second. Oh, man. But so Valve had that going for them. Now we have to talk, unfortunately, about one of what used to be a titan in video game industry. Blizzard. Why'd you make me do this to you? Blizzard used to be on top of the world, for those of you who don't know. They had monster successes, Diablo, StarCraft, and of course, World of Warcraft, their flagship, their huge moneymaker. This thing was making them money by the truckloads, and it always did with the new expansion that came out about every 6-9 months. I don't play WoW, so I don't know. I don't play WoW. It costs too much. I don't want to. But anyway, Blizzard once again launched another milestone product with Overwatch. Overwatch was a monster success when it came out, and it remained a monster success for a while. It really did stay at the top for a solid amount of time, and it's not hard to see why. It had a mass appeal to everyone, it was easy to pick up, but it still had a skill ceiling, making it great for a competitive scene. Actually, okay, not great, but okay for a competitive scene. However, like every AAA game that came out, it had cosmetic-based loot boxes. And I already hear everyone smashing their keys in the comments, you know, of like, their cosmetics doesn't impact the gameplay. Okay, sure, but you're missing the point. It's still a gambling-based system made to hook you deeply with a flawed margin. Oh God, I'm losing the words, and it breaks my heart because again, this was Blizzard we're talking about. And honestly, here's the thing: the loot box like whole debacle that happened, we're gonna get into that in a second, that took place really did shake them to the point where they've been making blunder after blunder. Actually, to be fair, you could kind of trace that back to Diablo 3's rocky launch, but that's a story for another time. But recently, World of Warcraft players have been dropping like flies because of some of the mistakes and missteps that Blizzard have been taking with this in an attempt to like remain relevant. And part of it you can try to boil down to Activision stepping in saying, hey, you need to make more money. But what it comes down to really is Blizzard, much like BioWare these days, it's not the same company we knew. And you can always try to blame some level of corporate interference. That's just not the case. All right. Sometimes you just have to face facts. You have to look these things in the face and say, you're not the same anymore, you know? But anyway, so that, like, Overwatch happened. It had the loot boxes. They're kind of shameful. Some people were willing to brush them under the rug. Me, I'm saying not a chance, man. They're bad. They're bad for everyone. And, okay, and I'm trying to hear you out. And when I hear you say, well, companies have to make money somehow, we'll talk about it. One sec. So now, let's get into the big, like, the hot button thing that happened in the past few years. Star Wars Battlefront 2. Star Wars Battlefront 2. This had some of the most egregious loot boxes anyone had ever seen because you were directly buying power. You were buying power increases. It was as simple as that. And the fact that they thought they could get away with this, EA, it's like, we're not stupid. Gamers are not stupid. In fact, a lot of them are very, very smart. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play a little game. So hang on. I'm small now. So let's take a look at this. This is a post on Reddit by user The Hotter Potato. 40 hours to unlock a hero. This is a real thing. This is real math that he did. There's a spreadsheet here we don't have time to go over at. So anyway, so let's break this down real quick. A Galactic Assault match, which is the normal game mode, like the average game mode that just about everyone's going to play, is about 11 minutes in length. That's not including load times, and that's just about an average. Average credits per match, 275. That's way too low. There needs to be more. Average credits per minute of gameplay, 25. And, you know, they admit, sounds reasonable at first, but then when you take gameplay minutes required to earn a Trooper crate, which is 4,000 credits, is 160 minutes. That's a lot. So, gameplay minutes required to unlock one hero. Now, a hero is anyone like Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, Darth Maul, iconic characters that people want to play as. 2,395.97, 2,396. That is at the current price of 60,000 credits. It will take you 40 hours. 40 hours of gameplay to get one hero. One. Keep in mind, this is just average match length. This isn't loading screens. This isn't endgame screens. This is pure gameplay. 40 hours. That is absurd. Oh, and if you see my tabs at the top, we're gonna see something else here. So EA replied to this. I couldn't find the thread. I couldn't find the reply in this exact thread because it's tough to scroll through. This is EA community team at a record-setting negative 667,000 downvotes, which is the site's record for the most downvoted comments. Here it is. The intent is to provide players with a sense of pride and accomplishment for unlocking different heroes. Pride and accomplishment? No, absolutely not. That is absurd. That is absolutely absurd. The fact that you thought you could get away with this? Ridiculous. Just ridiculous, man. No, you can't. You just can't. We will not let you, EA. You can't do that to us. We will not allow it. We will not. We are putting our foot down. And after like everything that happened with Anthem in the past few months, this has been months. It's no wonder that the whole of it just went to hell. Oh my goodness, like I remember hearing about these posts. I never actually looked into them until I started doing research for this project. Worse than I could have imagined. I took a look at that spreadsheet, by the way. If you want, I will so this is oh shoot, one sec. This is the site. This is right here. This is take a look at, take a good look at this. Look into this and look at that spreadsheet. Really read through this, because this is just astounding that somebody actually let this get through. It's kind of amazing, actually. They actually thought this was a good idea. They thought it was a good idea, man. Because you know what? To them, some money just isn't enough money. And it's sad that this is sort of the state that they're going into. But here's the thing. There's a silver lining in all this. Remember how I said there's the comment of well, companies need to make more money. Then explain a game like Monster Hunter World. Explain a game like Devil May Cry 5. Explain a game like Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, which is absolutely amazing. Do not let any review that says negatively tell you otherwise. That game is a masterpiece. Don't let them tell you that they need to up their costs in order to make more money. We gotta get profits back. No. Sekiro, Monster Hunter World, Devil May Cry 5, all of them, $60. $60. And they are phenomenal games regardless. You don't need these shady practices. You don't need to resort to this level of nonsense. You don't need this. Make a good game. That's what we ask of you. We as consumers, as people who play video games, that is what we ask of you. Make a good game, and we will play it. We will love it even. That's it. It's that simple. Boy. I just think about this stuff, and every time I'm like, you can't be serious with this. You hear about something new every day. But hey, till you hear about that something new, you'll be sure to hear about it from me. Until then, thank you all so much for tuning in. I will catch you all in the next one. Have yourselves a good time. Bye-bye.